Yeah, we're actually sitting at 5-2 now. And that might just change right here. We have a nice hook from Devour onto Poliwag again. Poliwag's got to be getting frustrated. Valfacor's in trouble as well. And
Jeez.
he's going to go down. So that's 2 more just from sticking around. So great job from Devour. Is able to pick up 2 more kills. So now actually it's 7-2. And we're sitting on about 2,600 gold and experience lead for the Hellborn team thanks to Devourer's nice ganks that he's pulled off here. He's sitting at 5-1 now as the top farm of the game at 311.
Yeah, 5-1. He's definitely doing a good job here, and he's landed some really nice hooks. You got to give him some credit for that because those can be pretty tricky to land. He hasn't even had to rely on the backswing, which I see a lot of Devours which have pulled off some really cool hooks, relying on that backswing as they run sideways and it drags back and hooks them on the as it's reeling back in there. But hasn't even been relying on that. As looks like they got a double stack on this double Vulture Lord. Camp up here as Flint's probably going to have a real hard time with that. As, yep, they're going to go ahead and pull it again. And now it's triple Vulture Lords. Wow. Talk about rolling the dice.
Having a party there.
Yeah. Apparently they left some eggs whenever they left. But we've got still plenty of action going on up here top. They do get that pull off, so that's going to, delay this push here coming from them, as they do have Poliwag Priest come up here, and he was going to try and come in and help. But it looks like they're not going to be getting too easy of an opportunity at that. And they also pulled at their tower as well. Got the double-stacked Wild Hunters there that are doing some work. And Devourer comes in, misses the hook onto Witch Slayer, unfortunately, but... well, unfortunately for him, but fortunately for the Legion. But yeah, we've got, what? Oh, wow, we've got all 5 Legion heroes here, and we've got 4... Yeah, 4 of the Hellborn. So interesting to see who steps over the line on this one, as we kind of got a standoff going here. As looks like they
it's not
have
unsurprising.
Yeah, they're gonna go ahead and try and push this, I would guess.
Defiler's hit level 8, which is why they're starting to group up now, and they're gonna start pushing the towers.
Yeah.
Down.
Oh, as Apollo Priest does get his wards out before he goes down here. Looks like he's gonna go down, maybe. Oh, the towers are loving him. Oh, and unfortunately. Yep, Devour does pick up the kill. Glacier's sitting dangerously low. So is Devour. I guess, where the heck did Voodoo Jester go to? Oh, okay, he was dying to poison. But, yeah, they've picked up 1 kill so far onto that Poliwag Priest, who got stuck right there in tower range. They threw up the wards, had the Devour ultimate even going. Oh, and Wretched Hag decides to show up for the party. A little late, but she brought some fun along with her, so that's okay. Did pick up a kill there, and maybe going to get a second one. Voodoo Jester goes down, and Balfagor also being... deadly enough there to pick off Devourer there. As, yeah, he's going to get flinted. Did he get flinted? Who's on? Nope, he gets slithered. But not such a great push attempt there, really. I mean, that kind of fell flat completely.
Yeah, I don't think that they were expecting all of the Hellborn people to be there, but it might have been wise to go for a different tower at the beginning. But yeah, like you said, that's what they got to start to do. They got to start to group up and push the towers, because that's exactly what their picks said that they should be doing. I guess that's what they're going for in their strategy.
I would assume so, unless they're going some strange carry voodoo build or something bizarre that I wouldn't anticipate. But yeah, speaking of item builds and stuff, we've got Voodoo Jester picking up the Blood Chalice. Defiler has one as well, along with her Ghost Marchers. Balfagor has his picked up as well, along with the Mana Battery and his normal early pickups. Poliwag Priest going the bottle route instead of the Blood Chalice, as he doesn't have quite as much HP to lean on as some of those other guys. And we've got a possible gank coming out here. They do... Oh, he misses the hook onto Balfagor. Unfortunately, the hook did not slide sideways with him as he was hoping. But nice attempt there. If he'd have gotten that, they most likely would have been able to have picked off Balfagor. And we have... Oh, yeah. She does... apparently her ultimate was up again, and she took down the middle tower this time. So... Nice of them to be showing a little bit of that push and power that they're really picking for here, and they certainly have the Legion scared at this top lane.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that when Defiler and Wretched Hag kind of left that bottom lane, I guess Wretched's down back down there now, but when Defiler left, they were in a pretty much dead heat for winning that lane. Defiler was sitting at 35 and 15, and and Wretched Hag was at 34 and 15. So very, very even in the bottom lane at the beginning of this game. And you gotta, like, despite Polywog having a lot more creep kills, you gotta give the middle to the Devourer. So, I mean, it's just it went 1-1 for the lanes in the beginning, and now it's just a matter of who would you say won the tri lane.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's kind of hard to say who won, quote-unquote, the tri lane, because they were pretty much boxed up at their tower the entire time. But until that massive push came out, the defense tower remained at, full HP, and only now has it dropped down below that, gone down into the half or lower. As we do have an extreme push coming out here. Oh, and the wave of death there almost picking up a couple of kills, but it's not quite going to be enough. And everyone's sitting dangerously low on the Hellborn side here. They need to maybe get out of there. I guess Wretched Hag's sitting pretty good, just low on mana. But the minions are maybe going to run down this poor Slither as, Wretched Hag pulling out a little bit of an assist there, trying to distract away, as now the tides have turned, and, so his Poison Spray's way too short at this level. Now it's level 4, so I guess it's as good as it gets, but unfortunately did not quite get out there far enough to catch Balfagor, not that they would have been able to have followed it up. But, they go ahead and take another tower down, so they are leading 2 towers to none, which is exactly what their team's designed to do. And, like you said, we got Voodoo Jester getting ran down. Oh, what are the chances he would stop there? As, unfortunately, Devourer's anticipation of him continuing to run there instead of casting Mojo on himself made him miss the hook. But, nice attempt. That's probably where I would have shot. As a lot of, Devourer's play can either be luck and or just, anticipating your opponent's moves.
Yeah, no one actually died in that top tower extravaganza. Which was kind of surprising. Well, I mean, I guess the tower died, so it was the only casualty of that war, but nobody else did, despite everyone being extremely low. So very nicely played by everyone, being able to keep their lives, I suppose. But even though the Legion have 2 towers down, and the Hellborn are still looking for their first tower kill, the Legion are still down by 1,800 gold thanks to the hero kill advantage. So they're going to need to keep the pressure on here and try and get that bottom tower down at least.
Yeah, it definitely is. It does have a tiny bit of damage on it, but nothing really of any significance. And Devourer kind of wandered around half health down here, not really sure how he got so tore up, unless he just came from the top that way, as he's hooking creeps there for, I don't know if that was actually in any sort of an angle to catch Polly, if that creep hadn't been in the way or what, but dragged one of his own creeps back. He just wanted a friend. It's like, get over here, let me give you a hug. Looks like you use that. You smell nice. And, so, yeah, we've got Flint Beastwood working this up here. He's doing a little bit of a push himself as this tower's, getting closer to be dropping to the half health. He'll probably work it down to less than half. But bottom, we got a lot of action going down as the Polywog wards come out to go ahead and push down this tower along with the Defiler ultimate, as this tower is going to go down really quick there. Even the minions getting in on the action, 4 of them surviving there to help with the push. As they had pretty much all 5 Hellborn teammates here. Flint came in a little late, but they had all of them here, and they just weren't able to muster up the defense against that strong of a push.
Yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to do against that, and they don't really have a huge amount of team fight. They don't have a lot of AoE disables when it comes right down to it. I mean, they have Wretched Hag and Slither for AoE mass damage, but beyond that, you don't really see a lot of team fight. And so I don't know what they're gonna have to try and do something to stop these pushes if they want to do it. But I mean, the longer this game goes on, they do have Flint Beastwood, that the more he's gonna get farmed. So they just want to try and delay things as long as possible here and try and stop these pushes.
Yep, that's exactly what I'd say that they need to do, is they need to farm this Flint, which he is working on. He just took down 1 stack of Ancients and is working on his second pull here. Unfortunately, he's not quite to the DPS enough that he can, completely take down the dragons and Predasaurs all in the same go-round. But he is getting a little bit more farm. What is he sitting at right now? Gold per minute for Flint, as my eyes are failing me. 271, so not bad. He's doing pretty good. He's not to 300 gold per minute mark, but he is only level 9, I guess, so far, so he doesn't really have that much, damage output yet, as he's only hitting for like 77 to 83. So, yeah, it's pretty much I would say it's almost impossible to stop this early push team here because it's just so much pushing power. They just don't have enough, damage output to be able to take down that pushing power. So they just have to survive. And even if they lose all their towers, right now they're still sitting on a pretty firm gold lead and a nice experience lead. So they got to maintain that. And even if they get pushed all the way back into their base, they just got to, manage to force their way out and get some experience on those guys that are going to win them in the late game. And keep those Raxes alive, which I guess is the most important thing. As Devour gets caught out, he's going to eat everything here, and he's going to go down to purple. Defiler. So, yep, Defiler taking him down there. As you hear the series, I don't know if you guys just heard that or not, but I could, as all the blood chalices were activated there simultaneously. As they go ahead and they're doing another nice strong push here. This time not even needing the poly wards. Taking this tower down with just the Defiler ultimate and some minion aid.
Yeah, and that's a very extremely early second tier tower kill, obviously. You got to talk about the wards, because the wards just kind of, I know this push is still going on and I apologize, but the wards just enabled that Devour pickoff right there. They're enabling this push because of it. Now it's 5-on-4. They're going to have to try and get something defense going here. Slither's coming into the middle. It's a great ultimate, hits everyone. Voodoo Jester is going to go down, and they're going to have to fall back now. So we're able to put up a defense as Devour comes back up. But this tower is now at about half health, so they got 1.5 towers there, only losing Voodoo Jester in the process. A very support hero, obviously, so not too bad, and I mean, they got a lot of gold because of it. They are only 500 gold behind now, but some great wards going out very early, very offensive wards coming out from the Legion team caused that entire turn of events to happen.
Yeah, and, in that last series of push there, that was actually a nice, nice decision of them to hold on to the Polywog wards, to throw those out in base, and use the Defiler ultimate first because it has, I believe, a slightly longer cooldown. And using that first to take out that tower, and then coming in to follow up with the Poly wards there. So I can only imagine that next time they push that top lane, if they go ahead and decide to push that advantage a little bit more. Oh, and a nice hook coming out on Defiler, and the ultimate coming off on there as well. Defiler's going to go down. She does go down. And, yep, the money shot's going to hit Voodoo Jester, just as it's what took him down last time, but unfortunately he has enough to heal himself there. But a nice little bit of a, I guess kind of what you call a counter push coming out here, as they are going to probably take down this defensive tower middle. But they're not going to take it down without a fight, as the minions coming out to try and do some damage here, but the CC coming into effect there and forcing them back, so... Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to make too much of this push, but, oh, and Top taking down a tower as well. Sorry, I missed that, as Devour may be going down here. The Balfagor ultimate coming out, as Devour is sitting dangerously low. The little Balfagor minion is chasing him down. Is it going to be able to... No, it does not explode anywhere near him, so... unfortunately, Devour makes it out of that by the hair on his, rotted chinny chin. I don't know if he has hair there or not, but, I can only imagine. But yeah, they did a good job there. They took down 2 towers in almost the exact same time. So nice, I guess counter push is what you'd call it from the Hellborn there, as they increased their gold lead back up to about closer to 4,000, and their experience lead still a healthy 9,000 or better. Still anyone's game by this point, but you got to think that every minute that goes by here that they're forced to break out ultimates to try and defend and everything, that it's not going to be going as well for this Legion team come late game.
Yeah, not at all. And we actually see Defiler and Polywog are going to come into the Hellborn jungle here. They're going to try and pick off someone and start another push there. But that was a great job in that past fight by Wretched Hag, just pushing the top lane while everyone was kind of occupied in the middle, and they managed to get 2 towers out of it. As you mentioned, but I did want to say that we do see 5 pickups of the Blood Chalice thus far, and they are pushing this middle tower. So we still cry a little OP, you want to say.
Yeah,
doing a lot of damage on this middle tower, but I'll let you take it away.
Well, yeah, we've got all the Hellborn here coming out for the defense. Oh, and Polywog Priest getting caught out here. Throws up the wards, though, to defend himself, and unfortunately he's kind of stuck here in the woods. They do get the tower kill. Balfagor is going to go down. Slither nearly went down there, but he's going to make it out okay. Devour going to go down. Yes, he does, to the Voodoo Jester ultimate. and maybe keeping these guys at bay with that thing. But oh,